I remember being 5 and being so excited about starting school. I had my new uniform, I had my backpack, and I had my black shiny shoes that, Mom had made us wear so that the blisters wouldn't get us on the first day of school. I was ready. I was so ready to go. But in the mind of a 5-year-old, that's all you need. In Australia, a school uniform, your bag, your shoes, you are good to go. But as parents, school readiness really is something quite different. And so I have to ask, what is school readiness and is it important? Hi, and welcome to Learning Life. And thank you so much for watching today as we look at something that hits us when we have children who are getting ready to start school. Do you have a child who is getting ready to start? How are you feeling? I know it's a big deal, isn't it? So many emotions that we come through with it. Even though I was homeschooling, I just remember, even how I felt about starting proper schooling with the girls. It was a big deal for me. And so I'm sure it is for you. And so this is why today I just wanted to let's talk about it and see what it's about. You know what? This is why I bring these videos. I'm like, hey, let's talk about it and see, there's so many great topics out there that we can discuss. And, I bring these videos. So I thank you so much for watching, for your likes and for your subscribes. And don't forget to stay tuned until the end because we will be announcing the winner of that beautiful book, Outside In. So you've got a child that is ready to start school and, you think you've got it all under control, right? Well, it's so much emotion. There are so many things. We get these lists, and it's not just the supply list that we have to have. What else do we need? But we need to ask, what is really important? What is school readiness? School readiness really is simply that being ready to start kindergarten or first grade, depending on which country you are in. Now, many people focus on the academic side of readiness, but it also includes the areas of social emotional development, the ability to focus on a task, and showing interest in learning. I think we just get caught up a little bit, maybe with the academic, but there is so much more that our children need to know. Touch the ear test. Do you know this one? That a child needs to be able to reach up over their head and then touch their ear. Have you ever done that? Have you ever done it with a child under the age of 5, 3-4-year-olds? They just can't. It used to sort of be the norm of really seeing when a child was ready. And I have a Kenyan friend that said he remembers doing it when he was little, all those years ago. And then you have Steiner, with the Waldorf schools. That is something that they actually really encourage you to look at. A child being ready when they can reach up and touch their ears. Children when they're little, it's just crazy. So they lift the little T-Rex arms, really. And you would think what is this about? And it is just actually showing that growth and that development. Look at it. It's just really fun. Have your child do it and just see, are they ready for school? Can they do this? Because you know what? There are people out there that really do feel that this hits. And I'm sort of with them. My girls really weren't interested in learning until they were actually able to do that. What do they need? When it comes to academic expectations, the list has certainly changed over the years. Since even I was at school or I was teaching kindergarten. Here is the current recommended list. Take a deep breath. Identify some letters of the alphabet. Grip a pencil, crayon, or marker correctly. Write their first name using upper and lowercase letters if possible. Learn sounds that correspond to the vowels and consonants, so they know their phonics. Recognize some common sight words like said and do, Though there have been some schools around where I live that actually want up to 25 sight words before starting school. Be able to recognize like names of colors, parts of the body, recognize and produce rhyming words, cat, hat, sat, repeat full name and birthday, recite the days of the week and months of the year, classify objects according to their size, shape, and quantity, count to 10, or some lists say 20, know how to interact with a book, listen attentively without interrupting and raise your hand to speak, follow multi-step directions, work together with a friend or in small groups on a team project, use scissors, glue, paint, and other art materials with ease, manage your bathroom needs, get dressed, clean up after self, and separate from parents easily. Whew, that's quite a list, isn't it? I don't ever really remember seeing a list like that, like when I was like in teachers college or like when I was teaching kindergarten that we should do. I know that things have changed. And I know that we sort of are pushing academics. Like earlier, when I taught kindergarten, that's, we did color, letter, shapes. That's what we learned that first year. But as I look at some of that list, there are really things that I think that are good as we hit on, some of that independence, like some of those things. I do agree, like we should be knowing like some letters and stuff like that. But you know what? How important is that entire list? I was getting anxiety just looking at that list. And my girls aren't in getting ready to go into kindergarten. We've been through that, so it's like, let's just slow down. It's all going to be okay. What do we need to be ready? Look, I would recommend to focus less on the academics, like counting shapes and letters, and help your child to be like socially, emotionally ready. Look, I really think that there are some things that you could be asking like to help them. Like, does my child know how to make friends? Can they share, take turns, and compromise? Can they calm themselves down when they get angry or upset? Are they able to sit and listen? What do they do if something goes wrong? Do they show like basic manners? Does my child make eye contact? Do they follow directions? And can they respect personal space? Okay, I will put that list on my website, LearningThis.Life. As we look on these and these questions, that's helping them to work on independence and self-help skills. They're actually really key things for school. They will struggle if they don't have well-developed like social and emotional skills appropriate for their age. Okay, we're not talking that they have to be able to do it all. Appropriate for their age. Transitioning to school is a big step. And it involves a lot of changes, like especially if you are coming from being at home full time, like to going to school. Big changes, okay? If your child is starting school, like in the next school year, you still have time to work on those social, emotional aspects to help set them up for success. Okay, look, I have taught kindergarten and look, I have seen them come in, when kids come into kindergarten, there's like so many like different levels to them, like with how much they know or they don't know, how well they can sort of sit or not sit, just that emotional side, big emotions in that first few weeks for sure, as they are learning like how to be in a classroom, like how to do all of that. And look, I would just say, one of the best things that we really can do for our children is to help set them up for success. As I said, look, those early weeks are full of big emotions and a lot of learning, okay? And if your child doesn't know how to recognize the letters out of order from the alphabet, or doesn't know all the shapes or all the colors, guess what? They all get it in the end, okay? I promise you that. They all get it in the end. I want you to take like this deep breath because I know like I gave you a long list of like things that are recommended that kids need to know to school. We're going to take a breath and go, what can I do to help set them up? Okay. pre-K is not necessary like throughout the entire country of the US, and other countries like treat things differently, like those pre-K years are like 3 to 4 to 5, so children are going to come in differently. They're going to come in knowing a variety of things. Some come in reading, some don't. But I really can tell you by the end of the year, they get it. Okay. So I want us to go, how can we set our child up for success? And I do encourage you, school readiness, focus on the emotional side and what it means to be listening and to sitting and obeying and all of those different things. Because in a school setting, those things are important. And when they can be doing that and following the directions and making friends, the learning will happen and the learning will come. So let me ask you, are you ready to send your children off to school? It takes some time to just really even get in touch with your emotions about school readiness and what that means, what that means for you. This is a big step for you as well, not just for your children. You know what? You can do it. Well, thank you so much for watching today, and I hope that you feel ready. But now I want to announce the winner of the giveaway that we had, the beautiful book, Outside In. Corky Kavera, congratulations. You are the winner of this month's giveaway. And I look forward to being in contact with you to send you a copy of this beautiful book. Thank you so much for your comments. Now, don't forget that Learning Life does have a giveaway every month this year. So stay tuned for the next one. Again, thank you so much for watching and for being part of this Learning Life. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot them down below and I will get back to you. Look, I just thank you for being part. And, if you want to help get these videos out, you can. You can help us out. You can become a champion and you can check that out at patreon.com or at my website, LearningThis.Life.